Hey buds, we got a 19 Honda Hervey right here. Steering wheel is doing this thing right here. We also got a check engine light, parking light on. And we're gonna peek a gander at this with yet another brand new scan tool. This is the OTOFIX D1 MAX 2. So this is the new updated version of the D1 MAX. And it is AutoFix, so it uses Autel software, which is beautiful. We got the wireless Vicky. And we're just gonna plug this in. Okay. Note the trapezoid orientation. Let's go into Diagnostics. Click up here, we can go into Auto Detect. Turn off the vehicle. Ignition on. Make sure the loads are turned off. Top right, you got the voltage, 12.8. We are liking that. Right here, you can see all the different systems. Select fault scan. Leave all that blank. And let's see what we got going on here. So I have the AutoFix D1 Pro, which is similar in size to this. It's got the same battery capacity, but this has obviously better software and better hardware. So it should be a wee bit faster here, and it does appear to be so. We are halfway through with all DTC. We got 2 fault codes in PGMFI, electric parking brake. We have 1 fault code. So it's looking like it's gonna be an engine code that we're dealing with here. We got a EVAP system code. An electric parking brake, that light, parking brake light, is just from PCM malfunction, meaning it's tripped from the engine code. So I will be looking at these 2 codes right here. We have system low purge flow detected, and then same thing, system purge flow malfunction. It's a little snowflake right there. So we do have freeze frame data, which is nice. So it shows some data when that code was set, so we can peek a gander at that. Just over idle, going 22 miles per hour. So this did set while they were driving. We can see all the live data, 12.6 volts. So that is while driving. That's pretty close. Diagnosing stuff like this, you always want to check the battery first. First thing, you want to make sure that the battery has the proper voltage. Otherwise, you can have all sorts of codes. So, got a lovely freeze frame. We can, of course, save a report from that all DTC check. This has all systems, all makes and models, uses Autel software. Beautiful. It does have a battery tester you can buy and link with this. Same with a scope. Very nice. We like this. Let's give this battery a little test here. Come on, there you go. All right, take it. Here you go. Definitely some corrosion on there. Got a super start. Okay. Situate you just like that right here. 410 cranking amps. 60 degrees. Battery test for you, bud. Since this does have a wireless VCI, I can just take it right over to my computer and look up these codes. P04F1. Always want to peek a gander at both codes. How are we looking? Good recharge. Measured 626 out of 410. So that is good enough. Print. And we are back in. So let's go back into PGMFI here. And we're just going to do an EVAP test. Let's let it run. EVAP test. And function test. So it is prompting me to remove the fuel filler cap. Let's do that right quick. Okay. All right. Slip you right here. Okay. And we wait 30 seconds. Okay. And we reinstall. and we select OK. Start the engine. And the following DTCs have been found, so I did not clear the codes first. So slap in the face for me. Strange wiggly steering wheel situation with the EPS. I'm still suspect of the battery, but so we need to clear these codes. My mistake, terribly sorry. Ignition off, ignition on. This does appear to be registering the ignition faster than my old one, so really like that because that was slowing things down, having to wait for it to recognize the ignition is on or off. Let's try this again. We are going to do the same thing. Come on, Susie. Remove a kiss. Gentle placement. And we wait 30 more seconds. A little tricky. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. Come on. Okay, second time's charm. Start her on up. And now we wait. Rev her. Sticker at about 3,000 RPMs here. We're at 161 degrees Fahrenheit now, so definitely getting closer. Should be able to get to operating temperature within 120 seconds. I'm not sure why it does this, but it does. So here we are. Stand by. Okay, release throttle. 10 seconds. Just listen to what she says, okay, buds? There we go. So, it says this may take up to 15 minutes. I find it takes, about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on if it fails or passes. So, we're just gonna give this some time, and I'll get back to you. Thanks, bud. It's been about 10 minutes, and we got a evap system is normal. Peek a gander over here and you will see the purge valve. I'm not hearing or feeling a click, but we are at that 20% duty cycle, so sometimes it can be hard to hear this purge valve actually clicking, so I'm gonna stick a stethoscope on there. Might be able to hear it clicking. If I don't hear it, I'll go on a quick test drive, see if I can get the codes to come back, and might want to recommend a purge valve. I did pass the evap function test, but I can tell that this doesn't appear to have any flow based off of just the noise and the feel of it. So back into your home. Doctor? Nice Lyle stethoscope. I'm just going to set it on the purge valve. So we have 20% duty cycle. I should hear it clicking, and I do not. I just hear the rumbling of the engine. So it's a little suspect there. Let's go ahead and drive it. Yield. Okay. So we're just going to take her nice and easy here. Freeze frame was at 20 miles per hour, but I think the most important part was the low RPMs. So I'll try to coast for a while. And that's a lot of traffic, so the key to test driving is avoiding all traffic. Bro's turning. We're going to whip it. A gentle whippage. And we're gonna kind of sandbag the throttle here. The steering wheel shake. She's got steering tremors. No concern about that though. They are not concerned. Intermittent failure right now. Give an option to start with that purge valve if they want. The OTOFIX D1 MAX 2. Link in bio, 40bud.com.